Kevin Mitnick. From most wanted hacker to security legend in the late 1980s and early 90s, one name haunted the phone lines and computer networks of corporate America: Kevin Mitnick. To the media, he was a cyber boogeyman. To the FBI, he was the most wanted hacker in the United States. But to many in the hacker community, he was a curious mind pushing boundaries in a world still learning what the internet would become. Mitnick's story is a journey through the wild west of early computing: a teenager in Los Angeles with a knack for tricking phone systems, a fugitive taunting authorities, and later, a respected security consultant who helped shape the very industry that once hunted him. Over the next half hour, we'll follow his path, from payphones and phone phreaking, to high-stakes cat-and-mouse games with the FBI, to a second life spent teaching the world how to defend itself from hackers like him. Kevin David Mitnick was born in 1963 in Van Nuys, California. He wasn't born into technology. There was no internet yet, no personal computers. What he had was an intense curiosity about how things worked. As a child, he loved magic tricks and puzzles, which taught him how to deceive perception and think several steps ahead. By his teenage years, he discovered the underground world of phone phreaking, the art of manipulating telephone networks. Using little more than scavenged knowledge and homemade tools, Kevin learned to make free long-distance calls by imitating the tones that controlled phone switches. It wasn't about stealing phone calls for him, it was about mastering a hidden system. One famous story recalls how a bus driver once told him that transfer tickets were printed with a special punch code. Young Kevin scoured discarded transfers, reverse-engineered the punch pattern, and figured out how to ride buses for free. It wasn't about saving a fare, it was about solving the puzzle. By the early 1980s, Kevin had moved beyond phones to computers. Digital Equipment Corporation's computer systems became one of his first high-profile targets. In 1983, at age 20, Mitnick broke into DEC's network, copying their proprietary software. The act got him arrested, but also elevated him within the underground hacking community. Mitnick became a master of social engineering, the art of manipulating people to gain access. He could charm or trick phone company employees into giving him codes, passwords, or technical details. He understood something that would become cybersecurity's greatest weakness: the human factor. Throughout the late 80s and early 90s, Mitnick's hacks escalated. He accessed networks belonging to Pacific Bell, Nokia, Motorola, and Sun Microsystems. Law enforcement began to view him as a serious threat. The media fed a mythos around him. Newspapers claimed he could whistle into a phone to start a nuclear war or bring down the telephone network of North America. In reality, Mitnick was motivated less by profit and more by challenge and curiosity. But to the FBI, he had become a symbol. After a series of arrests and probation violations, Kevin went on the run in 1992. For years, he was a digital ghost, taunting authorities while living under fake identities. The chase ended in 1995. A cybersecurity expert named Tsutomu Shimamura, whose systems Mitnick had infiltrated, collaborated with the FBI to track him down. Using cellular signals and clever monitoring, they pinpointed his location to an apartment in Raleigh, North Carolina. In the early hours of February 15, 1995, the FBI stormed in and arrested Kevin Mitnick. He faced dozens of charges for wire fraud, computer fraud, and illegal interception of communications. The government portrayed him as a cyber terrorist. The hacker community saw him as a scapegoat for outdated laws and public fear. Mitnick spent 5 years in prison, including 8 months in solitary confinement. Authorities claimed, incorrectly, that he could start a nuclear war by whistling codes into a phone, a rumor that speaks volumes about the panic around early hacking. During these years, his name became synonymous with the dangers of the digital age. Supporters argued that Mitnick's punishment was excessive for non-violent crimes, while prosecutors insisted it was necessary to deter future hackers. Released in 2000, Mitnick was banned from using computers or mobile phones for 3 years. When those restrictions lifted, he re-emerged, not as a fugitive, but as a consultant. He founded Mitnick Security Consulting, advising major corporations on how to defend against the very tactics he once used. He co-authored books like Ghost in the Wires and The Art of Deception, which became cybersecurity classics. He began giving talks worldwide, turning his notoriety into a force for education. Mitnick's techniques, especially social engineering, remain a cornerstone of cybersecurity training. Companies simulate phishing attacks and teach employees not to share passwords precisely because of lessons learned from hackers like him. Kevin Mitnick passed away in 2023 after a battle with cancer, but his legacy continues. He showed the world that hacking wasn't just about code, it was about understanding systems and human behavior. He also showed that redemption is possible. The FBI's most wanted hacker became one of the most respected figures in cybersecurity. His life is a reminder that technology evolves faster than our laws and fears. It warns us to secure our systems but also to be fair and thoughtful in how we treat curiosity and innovation. This is CyberLens. Subscribe for more cybercrime case files and stories that shape the digital world.